Yo, what is up, guys? It is Great Zage, and this is What If Naruto Had Katakuri's Powers, I believe it's 7. Yes, part 7. Now, I hope you guys been enjoying the series. I know I've been gone for, like 1 day, 2, I don't really know. But I know I've been gone for a while, and I know it's been a while since I did the series, like 3 days since I did it. So here comes the other part to it. I hope you guys do enjoy. Yeah, pretty much, and there's not really much I have to go by. Plus, there's nothing else to go by. So I hope you guys do enjoy the series, and either way, let's get started.
She gripping that dick like she was a lost star. She party at night like she was a rock star. She singing my song like Big Lady Die. She calling me daddy, but not a father. Little Billy bit thirsty like big as some water. Could give you the world with the wave of a wand. We feel the yard, bitch, Cosmo Wanda.
Alright, guys. So let's begin this what if. So we begin with Naruto, who is now currently chasing after Gaara at high speeds. At this, Gaara would see Naruto coming, and he would just laugh. "Take this, Uzumaki. Make my existence worthwhile," he would say. However, at seeing the Saiyan, he already knew how to go ahead and bypass it by releasing his Conqueror's Haki. It seemed that the Saiyan just obeyed Naruto and then just left him alone, shocking Gaara. Or, better, the Shikaku. How could this human go ahead and do that? He would think. As Gaara continues jumping away, Temari and Kankuro were right on Naruto's tail. Now, unbeknownst to all of them, Sasuke was trying to follow along with Gaara, trying to get to them, considering the fact that, him trying to keep up, and also Genma, for some odd reason, saying that Sasuke was already tuning level and could go after Gaara. Stupid idea, by the way. As Gaara would continue moving on, we now cut back to Konoha, where we see Orochimaru, Jiraiya, and Hiruzen all fighting. Damn it, Orochimaru would think, considering the fact he's not able to catch his breath for a second. With the combination of jutsu between Hiruzen and Jiraiya, it was becoming nearly impossible to even form his Edo Tensei. "Curse you, Jiraiya, and to think that you would once again come in my way," he would say. At this, Jiraiya goes ahead and looks at him with a serious expression. "You shouldn't have betrayed us, Orochimaru. You should have known better." At this, Jiraiya would have gone ahead and formed the Rasengan and rushed off at Gaara, with Hiruzen coming from behind, wielding his big staff. "Rasengan!" he would yell, shoving the attack, trying to hit Orochimaru, but he would just, slither out of it. "Nice try, old friend," he would say. However, suddenly he would then be hit by a staff coming from Hiruzen, as he then says, "Your reign of terror is over, Orochimaru," causing the Snake Sani to be really enraged. "Curse that." At this, I continue messing up, sorry. At this, Orochimaru was actually now beginning to look around, trying to survey the area, and only to his shock, to realize that the Sound 4 was not there to set up the barrier. "What's going on?" he would say, considering the fact that unbeknownst to him, Naruto had already taken care of them when he unleashed his Conqueror's Spirit earlier. So yeah, they were pretty much unconscious, feasing at the mouth, considering the fact that they really couldn't do anything. Back with Naruto. Now, Naruto would have gone ahead and pretty much had caught up to Gaara, who's now ready to fight Naruto. Now, at this point, the same retrieval team would have formed with, all of them going after them. And pretty much Shina would take care of Kankuro, and Temari was with Gaara, of course. At this, she was ready to fight Naruto, trying to, defend Gaara. However, Gaara would just swipe her away with his tail. "Don't get in my way," he would say. "Uzumaki, make my existence worthwhile." At this, Naruto would go ahead and look at him. Like I said at the very beginning when I first saw you, I was not at your level during that time, but now I can gladly tell you that you currently are not able to face me at this stage," he would say. At this, Gaara would just laugh at him. "Keep talking, Uzumaki, and give me your blood." At this, he'll go ahead and send a gourd of sand directly towards Naruto, who actually looks at it. Once again, releasing his Conqueror's Spear, causing the sand to actually bow down to him. Actually, like, going away from him, considering the fact that literally that thing is almost like Naruto is just able to command it and make it bow to him. At this, Gaara and the Shikaku would just both be shocked, considering the fact that this never happened before. The Shikaku was getting enraged. What is he? He would think. At this, Naruto will go ahead and turn to Gaara. But I guess words are not something that you can comprehend, so allow me to teach you the lesson. At this, Naruto didn't extend his hand as he turned his hand into Mochi, of course, as he goes ahead and grabs Gaara by his shirt and throws him and slams him to the ground, causing Gaara to actually cough up some spit. What? He would say. However, he would then go ahead and be slammed into the ground once more, actually being dragged through it by a kick sent towards Naruto, as he had to go ahead and use Yanagi Mochi. Now, right now, Sasuke would have caught up and would have been watching the display in shock with awe and jealousy, wondering how could Naruto be so powerful, even though he was, trained by Kakashi Hatake, one of the strongest Jonins. Sasuke had trained and dedicated himself to trying to get stronger to overpass the blonde idiot, or at least that's what he thought of him, but now here he was proving him wrong once again. Why? Why was he more powerful than me? Thought Sasuke. At this, Gaara would have gotten up and got even more upset. However, to his shock, suddenly a ginormous arm with armament hockey would have been rushed towards him. What? Mochi elephant gun, he would think in his mind, thought Naruto, as he goes ahead and shoots the attack at Gaara. Gaara gets slammed onto this attack, causing him to actually yell out a shout of pain, causing Tamarchin to look at Naruto in shock. He was able to injure Gaara. How? At this, she'll be looking at Naruto, who was not even looked like he was beating not even a drop of sweat was off of Naruto. Man was clean, alright? As Gaara would have gotten up again, he would have, there was just been a big crater on the ground as Naruto's arms revert back to normal. I insist that you stay down there. It's better just to be captured. I could already tell how this fight is going to go, and you won't end in your favor. Hearing these words just causes Gaara to go ahead and chuckle. My blood, I need yours. At this, he'll begin to transform even further, turning into more of a miniature version of the Shikaku, with Naruto just going ahead and looking at him. He's becoming too much of a potential threat. I have no choice, he would think. At this, Naruto will go ahead and use the Kakumochi, turning his fist into, turning his arm into a square and ready to beat down on Gaara. At this, he then vanishes, appearing right in front of Gaara, as Gaara will go wide until he gets he's getting the beating of his life. As Gaara will continue getting barraged with punches from Naruto. Mochi Gatling, he would think, as suddenly multiple arms then sprout from his back as he begins to literally beat the living crap of Gaara. At this, the sand form was not able to protect him for too long, considering the fact that Gaara was taking way too much damage. The sand couldn't hold up, and plus to the fact that the armament hockey was not helping at all. At this, Gaara would have been beaten to a pulp. His arms would have, nearly been unconscious. As literally Tamaru was just looking at this in shock, and Sasuke, who was just a bystander at this point, was just also looking at this in shock. How? He continued screaming in his mind. At this, Gaara would have been now a bloody pulp, barely standing, heavy breathing. To be honest, it looked like just one little tap could be enough to make him fall down to his knees. Do you now see? Said Naruto, now looking at him. As Naruto had tried to tell Gaara that he was not on his level, but then again, didn't listen. At this, Gaara goes ahead and turns to him as he goes ahead and tries to do hand signs. Now at this, Naruto's observation hockey would then kick in. Sorry, but I can't allow you, he would say. At this, Naruto would go ahead and dash off. Back with Jiraiya and Orochimaru. Pretty much, Orochimaru was getting beaten, alright? There was no point of that. Orochimaru couldn't keep up. Jiraiya, plus with the help of Hiruzen, he just couldn't beat his old sensei. He already knew Hiruzen was going to be a challenge from the beginning. But now with both of them here, it was nearly impossible. Alright, that's enough, he would say, said Jiraiya, as he goes ahead and backs down his son, doing familiar hand signs. Summoning Jutsu, he would say. At this, a boom will be heard, as suddenly in a puff of smoke we'll see Ma and Pa. As they were about to ask questions, however, as soon as they saw Orochimaru, they already knew what to do. They jumped onto Jiraiya's shoulders and already began to collect nature energy. At this, the Toad Sage eyes would begin to change, looking more like a toad, as his makeup would actually begin to change around as well. "I see you're pulling out all the stops, Jiraiya," said Hiruzen, looking at his student proudly at what his student had become. "Yes, I recommend that you do so as well." At this, Hiruzen would then laugh, thinking that he's actually getting instructions from the old pervert, but realized that this was a serious situation. At this, he'll go ahead and, prepare himself, getting into combat mode, as Orochimaru was just looking at this and just in fear now. Not in fear, but like he was getting pissed off to no end. At this, he tried to do the summoning jutsu, however, in an instant, both Hiruzen and Jiraiya were on him again, barraging him with attacks. "Old style!" Oh, shoot. Oh my god, I accidentally said old style, sorry. "Toad style! Air bullet!" he would say. At this, Jiraiya would go ahead and finish his own hand side. "Fire style! Toad bomb jutsu!" he would say. At this, he would shoot a flaming toad bomb directly towards Orochimaru, which actually goes ahead and straightens, gets stronger due to the air bullet, causing Orochimaru to just look at it as if a meteor was falling on him. "Damn it!" he thought. He goes ahead and tries to slither away. However, he still takes from the impact, causing him to grit in pain. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to happen. As Orochimaru continued getting bombarded, he would actually have a funny idea. At this, he'll go ahead and begin to once again blister the hand sides as he begins to slither away while doing it. "Dang, it's gonna take longer if I do it like this, but it's rather this or nothing. I can't defeat these two," he would think. At this, Jiraiya would have seen his old teammate trying to slither away as he then thinks, "Tis, tis, tis. Wow, old friend, didn't really take you as a coward." But then again, he would then poof, shocking Orochimaru. Suddenly, he would then hear the voice coming from behind him. "You always were a snake." At this, Orochimaru would turn around and his eyes would go wide-eyed as seeing a gallant Rasengan. "What?" Orochimaru would think, as he goes ahead and sees the attack slam right into him, causing the snake Sani to actually roar in agony and in pain. At this, Hiruzen, now seeing this opportunity, would go ahead and blister his own hand signs. "Fire style, blazing inferno!" he would say. At this, Orochimaru would then be enveloped in the gallant Rasengan and the blazing inferno, causing just screams of the snake Sani to go through the arena. Now, it's at this point, that all of them, all the Shonen Hashinois were actually winning this battle. Due to the fact that Jiraiya was here, the battle was going much more smoothly. But now, enough of them, and we're back to the main course. Now, Gaara was knocked out. He was now surrounded in, once again, a large crater, and he had a bunch of swirl marks all over his torso, his body. At this, Naruto would have been looming over him, just looking down at him, of course. "And to think that you actually tried," he would say. At this, Gaara couldn't even hear him, considering the fact that the boy was knocked out unconscious, and pretty much, yeah. Now, Temari and Sasuke would have been watching in shock and horror at the fact that what just occurred. Flashback. Now, Gaara was going ahead and doing a familiar hand signs, obviously trying to release the Shikaku to destroy Naruto. Now, Naruto would have seen these hand signs, and he would have instantly got the observation haki of it, as he then appeared in front of him. "Fine, if that's how you want to do it, then allow me to show you the difference," he was saying, as he hold Gaara's hand signs, causing him to not be able to move. "Damn it!" At this, suddenly ginormous arms would then appear, as suddenly a large amount of gallant Rasengans begin to form. At this would cause all of them to go in shock, considering the fact that it was up to 8 arms sprouted from Naruto's back, each one of them made out of mochi, of course, and each one of them were very large. At this, Naruto would go ahead and look at Gaara and then say, let me just show you a small bit of how much the gap between us really is. Rasengan barrage, he would say. At this, the attack would then rush towards Gaara, as Naruto would then throw Gaara onto the ground, as Gaara would then be slammed by multiple gallant Rasengans. Of course, this was not at full power, of course, because in the fact that Gaara would have been killed. KO'd. Done. No more. His body would have been completely disappeared. But right now, he would have been obliterated. The attack was so powerful that it caused a large boom and shockwave to go throughout the entire forest, actually destroying a large part of it. Sasuke and Temari had to both run away, considering the fact that the large path of destruction was coming towards them, and they did not want to be involved. So yeah, Naruto had completely obliterated. Naruto had completely obliterated Gaara in an instant, and he didn't even use his full power. So that's why both of them were shocked. Flashback end. Such power. He's stronger than Gaara? I can't believe it, thought Temari, while Sasuke was having multiple thoughts. What technique was that? I need to learn it. But how could he do it? I don't understand. How could he be so powerful? This makes no sense. At this, Sasuke begins to recall all the memories of Naruto that he could ever muster up from when Naruto was at the academy. Naruto was a scrawny kid. He used to wear that eyesore of a jumpsuit, and he always was loud, obnoxious, and annoying. And yet here he was, quiet, calm, collected, defeated Gaara like it was nothing, which he was unable to do so. In fact, Sasuke was having a hard time with Gaara. So the fact that Naruto was even able to obliterate Gaara like it was nothing just caused Sasuke to be mad. Damn him. Damn him. I need the power for Itachi, he would think. At this, Naruto would then look at the unconscious form of Gaara as he then thinks, finally, the threat has been... No! He would then think, as he goes ahead and jumps away, now that Gaara was unconscious, he has successfully completed the first necessary task to unlocking his true power, or unleashing something. Finally, it's my time. That brat's gotta pay, said the voice of Shikaku ringing throughout Gaara, as suddenly Gaara would then explode in sand as the sand began to, take form. Now, Naruto had to jump away at a very far distance, as suddenly from Konoha, most of those shinobis will actually go wide-eyed, considering the fact they sensed this dread once before. Although it was not at that much of a great extent, still, the dread was there, the malice, all of it. It was a Biju. And as this was the form of Shikaku, who had finally taken full form, it was now looming over. He was now staring down at Konoha. Finally, I'm free, bitches! Shikaku would yell. At this, Naruto would go ahead and look at him. Such a foul mouth, but what should I expect from a raccoon? He thought. Now, during this entire thing, little did he know a certain fox that was sitting inside of him would have been laughing at the comment, considering the fact that he had to admit his container was entertaining. Now, for Shikaku, he was now looking down at Naruto. You're gonna pay, he would say. At this, he'll go ahead and begin to suck up a lot of air, causing a huge wave, actually sucking in most of the people who are in the area. Wind air style, wind bullet, he would yell. At this, as he shoots a freaking burst, a wind bullet directly towards Naruto, and it was ginormous. And Naruto, looking at it, would then think, shit. As he wasn't really expecting to fight the Biju. In fact, he was expecting more or less to go ahead and just, knock out Gaara before he got the chance. But then again, he should have probably studied more on the Shikaku. At this, he would go ahead and jump away, dodging the wind bullet, as Sasuke was just looking at Gaara's power in shock. No, that's a monster. There's no way Naruto could beat that thing, he would think. In fact, there was no way he didn't really expect anyone to be able to beat that thing at this moment right now. The amount of malice and power coming off the Shikaku frightened Sasuke to no extent that he even forgot about his goal of killing Itachi there. Now for Naruto, he was just jumping away. He then thinks, I have to think of a plan. However, he will then realize something, that Shikaku was actually stuck on the perfect turf, the forest. As this would bring Naruto to actually have a good idea. As this, Naruto will go ahead and actually begin to jump down directly towards the ground where Shikaku was, as Sasuke and Temari just look at him as if he was crazy. Now Naruto would have landed there. Now when Naruto landed there, he would then touch the ground. Nagiri Mochi, he would yell. At this, the entire ground around the area where the Shikaku was would then turn into Mochi itself, causing the Shikaku to look down. What the hell? He would say, looking down. At this, Naruto would then turn to him with the look that actually caused Shikaku to actually go wide-eye. This is not a normal human, he would think, as he looks at Naruto. At this, Naruto would go ahead and begin to actually use the mochi to wrap around the Shikaku, actually turning it into like actually hardening the mochi, causing the Shikaku to be stuck in there. What the hell is this? Let me go this instant, he would yell. At this, Naruto would then turn to him. No. So with that, Naruto begins to also, add some chakra to his legs, as he then bounces off into the air, shocking, shocking, everyone, as he goes ahead and jumps up all the way above the Shikaku. At this, Naruto would then go ahead and point his two fists down, as they begin to extend in size. Mochi mochi, double elephant gun, he would say. At this, the attack would then, his fists were full of haki would then go ahead, extend to ginormous size, and rush down to the Shikaku. Now, the Shikaku would look at the attack in awe, considering the fact that the attack was about half his size. What the hell? Said the Shikaku, as Sasuke, Tamari, and, Sakura, who, I forgot she was even there, sorry. But they would have all arrived, and they would have seen the attack, as the attack would go ahead and slam right into the Shikaku, and actually hitting Gaara, causing the poor boy to wake up. He would say, as suddenly he would literally slam straight to the ground, landing inside the mochi, as there would be a large, this would cause a large shockwave, and this would also cause a miniature earthquake that actually shakes the village as well. What the hell? Thought, Hiruzen and Orochimaru. At this, Jiraiya would then look at it, would then smile. Yeesh. I feel bad for whoever feeling the power of that kid, he would say. At this, Hiruzen and Orochimaru would then turn to Jiraiya. What are you talking about, Jiraiya? Hiruzen would ask. At this, he would then say, oh, that kid is much more terrifying than the Kyuubi could ever be. Trust me. When I trained him, I was more afraid of him. I was more afraid of him actually getting serious than the whole Kyuubi. This will cause Orochimaru and Hiruzen himself to go in shock. Was Naruto really that powerful? Back with Naruto. Naruto had just defeated the Shikaku, as Gaara was now in the ginormous crater of Mochi, and he was conscious. As Naruto would have gone ahead and landed down on the ground, he would have gone ahead and stared down at the beaten form of Gaara. No, stay away! I will not allow myself to be erased, he would say. At this, Naruto would go ahead and look at him. Will you shut up? No one cares about your pathetic existence. At this, Gaara would go ahead and look at him, as Naruto would continue speaking. No one cares about your pathetic existence because you have not even made yourself exist. In fact, people fear you. That's the only thing that they acknowledge, fear. But after that, what do they know about you? Huh? If you want people to actually know about your existence, and try to make an effort to at least try to make them remember you. Because all you've done is show that you really are just a monster. You succumb to the hatred, and look at what you become. To me, your existence is not worth the while. Not until you can prove that you can go ahead and bypass the hatred, bypass everything, and prove yourself, he would say, as his cold blue eyes stared down at Gaara's, as Gaara would just have like this wide awakening and shock. How are you so strong? At this, Naruto didn't look at him. I changed. I couldn't continue being the same weakling that I was. No matter what, I couldn't allow myself to die like a dog while these villagers get what they wanted. They wanted me dead, and I refused to allow them to get the satisfaction of even getting it. I made myself who I was. I make myself strong. I've overcome the hatred and turned it into strength. You should do the same. Because in the end, if you go ahead and fight for the people that you care about, you're stronger than ever. At this, Gaara would have, gotten the wide awakening that he wanted, like he did in canon. And this is where Tamara would eventually come over, as well as Kankuro. As they turned to glare at Naruto, however, they just couldn't, considering the fact they were more scared of Naruto than anything. The man single-handedly took down the Shikaku of that is not like proof that he could literally like wipe the floor with you. I don't know what is. So with that, they were pretty much in fear of Naruto. So after that, however, Gaara decided to let it go, as they would have gone ahead and picked up Gaara and left, sort of improvising the end of the invasion. Now for Orochimaru, he was not able to do the Edo Tensei like he did in canon, and he actually had no choice but to slither away, and he swore that he was gonna kill the Sound Four if they were to ever show their face to him. If they were not already dead, he would kill them himself, because they literally fucked up the entire plan that he had. They were supposed to trap Hiruzen and Orochimaru by themselves just there, but instead they never showed up. So yes, Orochimaru and pretty much all of them really, like he lost, alright? Orochimaru just lost. Now, after sending the snake bastard away, Hiruzen never died, and pretty much the events of canons have been changed. Now, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and do a time skip. So yeah, time skip. So it's been a couple of days since the invasion happened, and Naruto is now pretty much a celebrity. Some people had actually seen the tremendous power that Naruto had unleashed, considering the fact that Naruto was above the Shikaku and he actually like did the technique, and pretty much people began to think of Naruto like a celebrity and a hero. At this, Naruto, although he didn't show it, he actually enjoyed the credit and he enjoyed the popularity. However, he decided to remain strong, vigilant, and everything, as he needed to put on this act. As everyone, they look at Naruto, they remember him as, they practically see him as some sort of guardian of the village. As rumors actually realized that Naruto had never once truly got injured in a fight. And that made him practically an unstoppable force. That's what they thought of him, the untouchable. He was untouchable, he was unstoppable, he was strong. Probably the strongest. Although there were some people that still despised Naruto, the majority, like I would say, like 95% of the village has changed, just changed after he saved them. So with that, Naruto would just be walking around the village, earning a bunch of looks from the women, considering the fact that man's Naruto was dripping, and plus, man was built. All right, man was buff. And it's weird to say this, but the man was just, all around good looking and everything. So yeah, the woman wanted Naruto, of course, because why not? And he was currently on his way to the Hokage's office. As well as some of the rookies actually got injured, but they were not like ginormous ones that could be life-threatening. No, they were just okay. Sasuke got not a single scratch, considering the fact he did nothing. And pretty much all of them were okay. Naruto, he didn't really need to do much, considering the fact he wasn't really exhausted after his fight with Gaara. And also, he wasn't really scared of actually much now. So, yeah, Naruto was OP. But right now, apparently the Hokage had an announcement for him, so he had to go over there. So we're just going to do a change of scene to when Naruto arrives at the Hokage's office. And as soon as he enters into the room, he'll see a buttload of Genin, all the Rookie 9 and everything already there. And all of them are just like smiling at Naruto and everything. Now when he looks around, he'll see Hinata nearly blushing and about to faint. And Ino just giving him a sadistic smile with a wink, causing him to actually feel uncomfortable. Considering the fact that, he was not, like, he don't get me wrong, he did think that Ino was pretty and everything, just no. He just no. He didn't really like that sadistic smile. There was already too much he can handle. So at this, he was then entering the room with his arms crossed, ignoring the glare that Sasuke was giving him. Alright, so I called you guys here for the announcements of the promotions. At this, Hiruzen will go ahead and begin to explain to them about their feats and everything. I don't really want to get too much in detail to it because it's just meaningless stuff. So yeah, Shikamaru got promoted due to his expertise in battle, and Sasuke got promoted to tuning as well. Now the reason why I'm giving it to him is because Sasuke actually had the power to become tuning. Plus, he was actually very smart. People just didn't give Sasuke that much credit, considering the fact that he was arrogant. But still, I mean, not like Sasuke is arrogant. That's his flaw. Then Shikamaru just doesn't have that much of an arsenal. He has a good head on his shoulders, but like he doesn't really have much firepower. And finally, it came to Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, you are now promoted to Jonin. Now this would shock all the Genins in the room. Even Naruto, who just goes wide-eyed, but then returns back to normal. Thank you, Hokage-sama, he would say. Even though inside his brain, he was just happy that he was finally gonna, get a promotion. And this definitely was the beginning of a donut ramen party that he was definitely gonna have at his home, in secret. Now, at this, Naruto would gone ahead and got his Jonin vest. That's all the Genin actually getting to congratulate Naruto, saying that he really earned it. Which, yeah, it wasn't really that much surprising. However, thanks to the fact that Naruto didn't really like the crappy green color, he didn't wear it. However, he did wear the leaf symbol on the back of his jacket, as his name was also at the center of it. So yeah, I guess that would count as, his attire. It was okay. Alright. Now that you have that, you all are free to go. However, Naruto, you have to stay. At this, Naruto would nod, as all the Genin would then leave. However, Sasuke wanted to protest about leaving, considering the fact he wanted to know whatever Naruto knew, but he had to leave. So, yeah. So, at this point, Naruto was now surrounded by Jiraiya, Hiruzen, Kakashi, and pretty much the rest of them. So, Hokage-sama, may I ask, what would you like? At this, Hiruzen would go ahead and nod. Well, Naruto, there's something I would like to inform you. Today, you are gonna have a mission that will be taking place by the end of this week. At this, Naruto would give Hiruzen a look, this like a raise of an eyebrow. All right, what's the mission, Hokage-sama? Well, Naruto, the mission is this: you are supposed to accompany Jiraiya to find the new 5th Hokage. At this, Naruto would actually go wide-eyed. Hokage-sama, are you really retiring? At this, Hiruzen would nod, explaining that he was way too old to continue on with this stupid job, plus the civilian council was giving him a headache, especially since he already knew that after his talk with Naruto, they were probably going to berate him, saying like, well, actually, no, never mind. You know what, never mind, actually, considering the fact that now the council actually is not, like, biased about Naruto, considering the fact that he literally just saved their lives. Like, there might be, like, a couple of them stupid enough to actually, like, believe that he didn't deserve it or anything, but after that, he's still able to handle it, so yeah, but still, he wants to step down from the Hokage position, and Jiraiya didn't want to fill up the mantle, so of course they were going to go for Tsunade. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. So at this, Naruto would just look at Hiruzen, then nod, as Hiruzen would go ahead and smile. Well, thank you, Naruto. At this, Naruto would once again give a nod to him, as Jiraiya would then say, alright, brat, go pack your stuff, prepare in a week, then we got to go. With this, Naruto would nod once again and then walk away, as Jiraiya actually goes off to do some research. Now with Naruto, he would have instantly rushed off to the donut shop at amazing speeds, as everyone would just look at him, and people actually, thinking that he was going to probably go on some dangerous mission, considering the fact that Naruto had a serious face on. Even more serious than the one from before, the one that he always has. However, deep down, Naruto, the truth was, he was like, I must get the donuts. Now, I must get the food of the gods. I must have the banquet of the gods. So Naruto's banquet would actually just be ramen and donuts. So yeah. So Naruto would have arrived at the donut shop, as he would have ordered a lot of them. And due to the fact that he took down the Shikaku, he got a large amount of money. So with that, he would have gotten a large amount of money, and he would have gone ahead and wasted it on buying a lot of donuts, and eventually would have gone to the ramen stand. At this, Ayame would have been there, as she would have seen Naruto once again, blushing at him, of course. As she then says, oh, hello, Naruto. Are you here for your usual order? At this, Naruto would nod, as she would gone ahead and brought him a large stack of ramen that was actually meant to take home. This was only special to Naruto, of course, considering the fact that if it was anyone else to you, she would have canceled you out immediately. By the way, Naruto, I heard about your Jonin promotion. News spread fast in this village, At this, Naruto would just look at her and then smile. Not smile, but he would just look at her, then nod, considering the fact that that's the most greetings that you're gonna get. However, Naruto would be smiling under his mask, considering the fact that she was one of the most people that he was okay with. At this, Ayame would then think, now's your chance. At this, Naruto would go ahead and pick up his orders. He then turns to her. Thank you for the compliment. At this, she will nod until she then musters up the courage. Now, I don't want to go ahead and go through the entire sequence because it'll hurt my pride way too much. But actually, you know what? I just really don't want to do it. But still, I'm just gonna say it and explain it. Ayame, with a deep breath, will actually turn to Naruto with her face completely red, as she will then ask Naruto out on a date. This would cause Naruto to actually feel like the world just froze over. Now, Naruto had realized that he actually became better looking, but he still didn't think that he was at all anything good for the girls, considering the fact that he just thought that he would pretty much just spend most of his life fighting and everything, and eventually become Hokage. However, he had always thought about getting a girlfriend and everything, but then again, he always thought who would actually even date him. But yet, here it was, the girl that he actually had come, I guess, close to, considering the fact that she was the one who always made his ramen, and was always nice to him, and always stopped by, as he then turned to her. Sure, why not? At this, she'll actually look at Naruto with a smile on her face as she goes ahead and thanks him, however, in a weird way. As she rushes up to Naruto, pulls down his scarf, actually causing Naruto to be caught off guard, considering the fact that his Conqueror's Haki his Observation Haki didn't kick in at this moment, as she would then plant a kiss on Naruto's whisker marks, making the blonde feel warm. Weird. As she would go ahead and blush and rush back into the counter, as Naruto would just look at her in shock. That was interesting, he would say to himself. As deep down, he was just blushing as he then thinks, I never experienced that in my life. As to be honest, Naruto's only and last crush was on Sakura, and after her brutal, just dumping of him, well, not even dumping, turning him down, he really just thought for sure he was just gonna become a Hokage, maybe, possibly, not very high chance of getting a wife in the future, considering the fact he thought he was gonna be ending up like Hiruzen, a sad, lonely old man who was meant to protect the village. Ouch. That's actually a violation on Hiruzen's part. But still, whatever. As Naruto goes ahead and goes off to his house, actually preparing for this date that he had with Ayame. However, you know what comes first though? A donut ramen eating party, bro. Because this man be starving, scarfing down a bunch of the food. As he then thanks Kami or God, he would just thank them for making this, wonderful day and making him for who he was. And also for making the delicious food. Now, we do a time skip to when it was finally time for Naruto's date. He didn't really know how to really dress for this, considering the fact he didn't really know. So he just wore, a black suit and a tuxedo. Now, if you guys are wondering, hey, why does Naruto even have that? Well, Naruto actually didn't have it. He had to ask I forgot his name. Actually, never mind. Iruka for it. He had to ask Iruka for advice, considering the fact that he didn't really know how to do it. Now, Iruka was actually surprised, considering the fact that after hearing a bunch of stories about Naruto, his student, and the kid that he thought was a little brother, actually known as literally the guardian, a guardian of Konoha, the one who can never be touched, the man who was unstoppable. People were really not even overestimating, the man was just got so much popular. So hearing the fact that him practically seeming almost invincible is now here asking that, he would have actually laughed at Naruto and actually causing Naruto to actually be a little bit embarrassed, but he decided to let it happen. So after that, Naruto was able to go ahead, pick out his tuxedo and everything from Iruka. And Iruka, actually was surprised, considering the fact that Naruto looked way better than him in the tuxedo, which actually made him upset. Damn bastard, he would think. So at this point, Naruto would have had his trusty scarf on with his suit, of course, as he goes ahead and walks off. Now when he goes ahead and arrives here, he will see Ayame and actually a purple dress, which actually makes her look damn beautiful. As I'm not even gonna get into detail into it because I'd really much rather not humiliate myself. So yeah, pretty much they go ahead and go into this fancy restaurant, which actually is one of the few places that do not mind Naruto, considering the fact that he's still considered a hero. So yes, Naruto was able to enter in there without any issue. In fact, the man actually gave Naruto a discount and actually was even asking Naruto if he wanted it for free, which Naruto just declined on him on that one. He still gave Naruto a discount though. And their date was so relaxing, so enjoyable, and Naruto had to admit, hanging out with Ayame, it was completely different from when he was in the academy and he used to hang out with Sakura and stuff like that. Or even, no, when he used to chase after Sakura was a better term to it. As he would actually enjoy her company, they would actually have good chats. She would actually, begin to tease Naruto about the secret about making ramen. And he would just, starve for the information. At this, Naruto enjoyed it, and Ayame was just having a full blast, thinking that, man, she really got lucky at this one. Now, eventually, they would have stopped eating at the restaurant, of course, considering the fact that they were done. As Naruto actually took her to the Hokage monument, where they just sat there and watched the sun go down. Now, at this, Ayame would have turned to Naruto one last time, as it was finally getting a little bit late for them. However, the view was amazing for her, of course. Now, when she looks at Naruto, she then tells that it was finally time for her to leave, which Naruto does, allows her to go home, as he actually body flickers her back to her house. Now, as it was finally time for their date to end, Naruto would have taken Ayame home, of course, and as soon as she arrives at home, before she enters inside the house, she actually surprises Naruto by once again pulling down his scarf, and instead of giving him a kiss on the giving him a kiss on the cheek, she would kiss him on the lips, as she would go ahead and thank Naruto for the beautiful evening. Ugh. Love. Now, Naruto would have gone ahead and just, smiled at her. And actually, when she sees Naruto's smile, considering the fact that he's always serious all the time and, prepared for battle, almost looking like a battle freak, I guess that's sort of the charm to him. Seeing him smile just caused her to once again skip a beat at just seeing it. So, after that all occurred, Ayame would have left and leaving Naruto now dumbstruck, as well as happy. That was not bad at all, he would say. Not bad one bit. So after that date, Naruto continued hanging out with Ayame, and pretty much he would spend most of the week training, spending time with Ayame, as well as hanging out with his friends in the Rookie 9. Although Naruto would usually show his serious self to his friends, and more of his, nice, kind, and a little bit of his true person, Naruto, the serious version of him is his true personality as well. But the kinder side of his personality, he would show it to, Ayame most of the time. Now, Teuchi would have approved of Naruto actually going ahead and dating his daughter. And finally, when the final day comes, Naruto actually asked Ayame out to be his, girlfriend, considering the fact that, he really liked the girl, which he instantly agreed to. So now Naruto was now in a relationship with Ayame. Now, Ayame was extremely happy and now being in a relationship with Naruto. And Teuchi actually did promise Naruto pain and suffering and practically to be burnt in hell if he ever hurts his little girl, which Naruto swears on his life that he'll protect her and that he will make her happy. At this, he then smiles and says, "Whoa, calm down there, boy. It's not like you're marrying her yet." He would say this. At this, Ayame would actually, be embarrassed and scold her father, while Naruto had to enjoy this. This was something that he actually wanted. Something that he wanted for a very long time. The feeling to be loved, the attention, he was getting it all. It was finally, his life had finally changed, and for the better. So yeah, Naruto really got growth of character. Now, just to let you guys know, Naruto's personality, Naruto's personality, it's pretty much, all of them is the same thing, just that Naruto's more kinder, he's, the time when he's most kind, he doesn't really show it all the time, considering the fact that he has to remain cold and vigilant whenever he's out on missions and stuff like that. Whenever he's in the village, he just remains serious, and pretty much he does sometimes, show his kindness to his friends, but actually speaking to them, unlike Sasuke, who just goes or grunts about it. So yeah. So finally, the final day came, and all the Rookie 9 were actually there to see Naruto off, as Naruto would do so. Now, while they were waiting there, Ayame would actually see Naruto, while all the Rookie 9 were actually so confused of why the ramen girl was there. At this, you go ahead and walk over to Naruto, giving him a kiss on the wrist, causing all of them to be in shock. And Jiraiya would then say, yeah, boy. Because, Jiraiya is a pervert, and he was already preparing to write materials. At this, Naruto actually sent Jiraiya a little bit of his killing intent, saying that practically giving Jiraiya the line saying, you try something, I'll murder you in an instant. Which Jiraiya is fairly sure that this version of Naruto fairly could. At this would actually cause, Hinata to be a bit heartbroken by it. Considering the fact that, yeah, she did have a crush on Naruto. So, yeah. By the way, just wanted to let you guys know, not all the times during my stories will I make the ship the same thing. So, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about me always, making Ayame the ship and everything. So, yeah. Don't worry about that. Each time, I'll be changing it sometimes, so don't worry. Now, with that, Ayame would have gone ahead and also gave Naruto a supply of ramen, which Naruto, seeing the whole supply, would instantly grab Ayame and give her a good warming embrace, which is a hug. Jeez. As he would have hugged her extremely tightly, saying that she's got to be the best girlfriend in the world. At this, Ayame would just, blush as she would, hug him again. As Jiraiya actually watching the scene actually feels a pang of jealousy, thinking of a certain woman with blonde hair and a bust the size of a mountain. sorry. No. Calm down. Jeez. So, yeah. At this, the Rookie 9 were actually surprised, considering the fact that, Naruto so serious and everything. They actually never seen his kind side, and actually seen that Naruto, okay, let me calm down there. They had seen Naruto's kind side, considering the fact that he's always kind and everything. It's just that they never seen it to see Naruto show that much emotion to a full extent. But then again, that girl was his girlfriend, so come on now. However, this would just cause, the girls to actually, this would actually cause some of the girls in the Rookie 9 to actually pout a little bit, considering the fact that seeing Naruto's seeing Naruto this emotional and everything just caused them to want him more, and the fact that Ayame already got him just made them pissed. But they were not gonna hold anything. The girl shoot her shot, and it landed, bro. The girl already shoot her shot, and she went ahead and succeeded. So after that, Naruto returned back to his demeanor, once again thanking Ayame, bowing down, as he would have gone ahead and seal all the ramen supply into a scroll. Alright, Brad, that's enough. If you're done going ahead and Frenching your girl, let's go. At this, Naruto then turned to Jiraiya and giving him another dose of killing intent, implied with a little bit of Conqueror's Haki, causing the man to actually waver a little bit. Shit, he would think. At this, Naruto would then speak. Watch it. Watch it, Jiraiya, he would say. At this, Jiraiya would just nod, as this was the beginning of the Tsunade retrieval arc. Now, little did Naruto know, a certain someone who was actually far away in the forest was just punching a tree over and over again. Why? This would be Sasuke Uchiha. He was getting pissed off to no extent. How? Just how was the dope stronger than him? He had trained harder, vigorously with Kakashi, trying to get his speed up there, working on his Sharingan, and what? All for the dope to actually be stronger than him? And Sasuke could already tell that Naruto could beat him in a fight easily. He destroyed a freaking Biju, the same thing that he was so scared of, the thing that was about to kill him, that Naruto was able to easily defeat like it was nothing. That look in Naruto's eyes, and whatever that weird, stupid ability of his is. As he was implying about Naruto's Conqueror's Haki, how he was just able to make the sand obey him. Just actually faltering down, almost as if kneeling to a king. As Sasuke was just gritting his teeth, unaware that two certain individuals had actually walked in this village looking for the blonde hero and the protagonist. As this is where I'm gonna end the video. Hope you guys do enjoy. It's the beginning of the Tsunade retrieval arc, and man, this series been going on, bro. This series is heat. Now remember that not always all the time will I make my ships the same thing, so you guys don't have to worry. Yes, you guys are disappointed by the Ayame shape, but you guys want a different ship or everything. Well, sorry. But who knows? Maybe in my next story I'll go ahead and do that. But for the meantime, right now for now, for this story it's gonna be Ayame. Now I hope you guys do enjoy this what if, and pretty much it is Great Zage, and I am out. Peace.